I always thought leadership would involve some kind of babysitting, which I don't like. I'm more of a empowering people type of person, and I knew that there must be a way to do it, but I didn't have the tools yet way back when. And I thought it just meant that I wasn't a leader. I had the lifetime of feeling like an imposter, like I was not the right kind of leader to overcome, and to be able to feel confident in my presence. So I needed some kind of course or something to help give me confidence, and not just that, but give me the tools to ensure that I'm able to translate my vision into something that is workable and doable and brings results. Being a woman in tech is hard. I joined tech a long time ago. I mean, I'm 45 now. And back then I was called the girl in my university class of like 180 something people. So I was the only woman. And when I would do well on a test, the teacher would say, or the professor would say, well, the girl did well on the test. What about you guys? So what I noticed is, to be a survivor in the field of engineering as a woman, you did have to be better than your peers. Now, when it comes to being a woman as a leader, you would think that the world has changed, like, okay, now I'm finally with a lot of peers that are also women. That's also not the case. I'm the only woman engineering manager in my domain. I struggle in the influence part, because if I don't know something 100%, I will not say it. It helped me to stand there with confidence and put my shoulders back and be like, actually, no, this is correct. This is called coach leadership presence. This is the future and this is the way. So why don't you guys take attention on how I'm empowering everyone in my team, and my team is actually bringing the results. I couldn't look around and see someone that was like me in my job. So it would reinforce that feeling that I don't belong here, that there's something wrong. I would go into unrelenting standards and show I can do this 150%, and go into like perfection. I only would present 150%, and therefore I wouldn't present anything at all. So what it helped for me is to help connect with people that are not necessarily having the same neuro transmission in the way that I do. So it's taught me how to ask a question and sit comfortably in the silence. And the person usually has so much more to add. The depth of connection that I have been able to make with the engineers that I manage now is, I have to say, it's almost 10 times. And you can see it in their eyes. They feel like they're on fire, they're lit up, and they are doing things which I would have thought would it take a few years for them to get to. I even feel like in my current team, I could step away right now and no longer be their manager, and they don't need me anymore. It was like I just needed that small key that was missing. And it was like, ta-da! I have learned that I'm good enough. I don't need to know all the answers. So it was nice to observe the actual coaching of someone else, and then be able to go, aha, this one is getting deeper. Oh my God, like I went on and on for like 5 minutes right there. Like, what the hell? Sometimes someone will just not feel heard. But what I love is in both situations, the people felt so safe with me that they could say it, and I could acknowledge it, and we could dig deeper and try to figure out why they didn't feel heard, and we could fix it. In the end, it's about being vulnerable and knowing deep within that you're doing the right things. And the right things also means making mistakes and stumbling along the way. But that vulnerability is what makes you strong and powerful. I'm living now more by my core values, because I know what they are. Knowing that being a good leader is not about being a perfect person is so empowering, and that actually has enabled me to grow in my career and take dares to do things that I wouldn't have even thought that I could have done. If I see something that I don't think is done quite well, instead of just making small changes around me, it's like, I'll start an initiative on the actual company scale. Every coaching session, I ask, how was this for you? They give feedback right away. And if it wasn't okay, oh, tell me more about that. How can I make it better next time? Having an agenda, for example, and everyone knowing that agenda. And what's really important is that you get to the end of the agenda having done what you had hoped to get. So that's either an action point or what we will do next or a decision or just a whole bunch of ideas. But if you're using people's time and they're using my time, it's important to respect that time. What do you want from this session? What is your hope that we will achieve at the end of it? And if it's a big amount of hopes, okay, if you were to throw everything away except for one thing, what would that be? And would you feel really good if we made a step towards that? And what kind of step would you like to make towards that? And then at the end of the session, it's really great to reflect. So at the beginning, you were talking about that you wanted to have a new solution for this, or you wanted to delve into these things. Do you feel like you got what you were intending to get at the end of this meeting? In the check-in and the check-out in a meeting, it's a great place to check in the check-in, what do you want to accomplish today? And at the end, did you get what you want? And what I consider a worthy goal is a goal that is stimulating to them. So it envelops something that excites them, it charges them, it gives them energy, but it's also a significant goal. It's significant to more than just them. It's making an impact beyond them. I ask them, what are the risks? So what's going to make sure you fail? I have the accountability question. How can I, as your manager, hold you accountable? What do you need from me? And everyone answers differently. So I take a note. Some people want a weekly check-in moment. Others say, I will ask when I need something. And it's about trusting this individual to know what they need. And at the end of the year, they are the ones that are responsible for their results. The entire solution and idea and everything is their own. Even asking for support, they are inventing it. You trust them as knowing everything that they need to know to be good at what they do. And they just need somebody to help guide them there, but they already have all of the answers. And it's about finding those hidden fires within them. And when that fire is lit, it shines and you can't unlight the fire. And that's what it means to me to be a leader that coaches. Oh my goodness, I was the biggest avoider of difficult conversations. What Seham gave me is knowing my values. So it gave me a tool to describe why I'm having that feeling. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sad because one of my core values is autonomy. And I don't feel like I have the freedom or the space to think. It gives them the space to say, you know what? My values are this. My values are time, let's say. And therefore, when I don't feel like things are going as to schedule or you're showing up late, I feel my values are not honored. And then we can come up with a solution together so that that person's values of time can be honored and my value of autonomy can be honored. I love hard conversations now. They're amazing. They bring you forward and it feels so good to get through them.